Okay, quick version. I accidentally come across this video and I should share it and kind of give a point on this because this really don't go into details. Alright? This lady on this video you're going to hear is operating under common law. We are a common law country, but we operate under civil law. Well, civil law is codes and statutes which belongs to the government. The only way it affects us on the civil law is by consent from the governed. Alright? So the only reason why I under civil law is because we voluntarily jump into it. Especially since we are a common law country. Alright? Now if you don't believe me, look it up. All the places in the world is common law. And what's all civil law and all that. They'll pull up a map. You know, parts of Africa is communism, common law, and civil law. Very little of common law. But if you sit and look at the map, everywhere it has civil law, and I said this before, but it bears to be repeated. Every place has got civil law. It's a socialist country. Okay? Everyone. The ones that's got the most free people is common law. But we've lost our way. Common law rides with the Constitution. The reason why we have this no search warrants and knocks and all that is because statutes and codes. They're ignoring the Constitution because we don't operate in common law. Some of y'all may know the Bundys. The reason why the Bundys spent such a long time in court is because they kept on operating in civil law. Enhances no constitution right. In fact, the judge said it on TV and everywhere. Told the Bundys, there is no room for the Constitution in my courts. And this was a federal judge, which the Senate needs to go in there and disbar her, throw her away, and put her in jail for treason. That's another story for another day. You think I'm being harsh, but I mean, how do we get these people in control? You know? This absolute immunity and qualified immunity, they had no authority to have it. It's because we gave them consent to have this. Oh, well, the Supreme Court says that they have it. Supreme Court's is opinions. They cannot make law. So therefore, there is no law of what? Qualified immunity. Because they can't make law. Back to the point. Listen to this lady. And, you know, it goes into more details on this, y'all. Don't forget. You've got to force this courts into these areas of common law and all that. You don't get to sit on your hands and knees and just wait for the attorney to do anything, because as soon as you get an attorney, you have entered by consent of the governed to be in their jurisdiction. That's the reason why I don't use an attorney. If I lose because of me. But I'm going to lose with an attorney anyway. So why would I just voluntarily give up my rights to the Constitution? My rights to my inalienable rights? My rights to the common law? And why would I just jump into jurisdiction when they don't have it in the first darn place? Alright? So, here, take a little gander at this.
Right, okay, well, I stand under common law and I don't consent to any fines. I'm not entering into any...
Let me change this around a little bit. Sorry, I apologize.
What powers are those?
Oh my lord.
Right, okay, well, I stand under common law and I don't consent to any fines. I'm not entering into any
I might
contract
do
with
that
you
again.
or the police. What powers are those? Right, okay, well, I stand under common law and I don't consent to any fines. I'm not entering into any contract with you or the police. Well, I'm not consenting to it. I don't want to enter into any contract with you. It is civilised. It's a legislation, not statutory law. I'm standing under common law. It's my business, and I have the right to do that. No, I don't need to open the door, and I'm not accepting that because I don't consent to it. Right, well, it'll be getting into centre. It's statutory law, and I'm standing under common law. I'm not consenting to any fine whatsoever. I'm not consenting that. I consent to any fines. So this has been served to Kirklees Council, and you had 7 days to answer this. I said this has been served to Kirklees Council, and they had 7 days to answer these questions. So they had 7 days to answer these questions. But you are out of your jurisdiction. I'm standing under common law, answering any questions. That would be trespassing. That would be trespassing. Of what, sorry? Sorry, can you just repeat that? Section 17. Well, I'm not complying, and I'm not answering any more questions. I'm standing under common law, not statutory law. I'm not answering any more questions. I'm not answering any more questions.
Now, I know that you guys didn't get a whole lot out of that. Okay? And that's the reason why I went through the beginning. That right there is a lady standing for her rights. And I'm assuming it's in England. It sounds like England, but, you know, it could be Canadian. P.S., y'all. In Canada, they actually have a totally different court that when you challenge the statutory laws and say that you operate in common law, they had to send that individual in to a different court altogether. And it's called a common law court, which in today's terms, we don't have. You literally have to force it. Article 3 is the Supreme Court. But we don't have the Supreme Courts anymore or the Constitution because they don't operate in common law. We have the Supreme Courts of codes. Now they play around with you, they jerk around with you and say this and this and this. It's a teaser. So that way some people pretend like they won, but what they do is kind of give you bones. And, you know, this has been going on for years. They nitpick. Well, you know, at one time, there's just no way in the world that they're going to make you beg to be able to bear arms. And now, you literally have to beg. Oh, we got to ask the federal government if we can carry your guns. Why? Because you're giving consent to the government. You let them have this power. Anyway, this was a lady standing up on her rights, and I'm going to go into more details. And she really actually sounds like she knows what she's doing. I don't know if she does or doesn't. She's going to win this case. because there's a courts in England. It's a separate courts. They're going to kick her out of the statutory courts to put her into a common law courts. We don't even have that in the United States anymore, and we call us be free. Canada and England has more freedom than we do. At least they have common law court now, or always had a common law courts. We just really dismantled ours. Anyway, just gonna let you guys know. Look it up. We are a common law country. So, challenge these civil laws. It doesn't belong in our country. The only reason why civil law don't have jurisdiction in the courts, or have jurisdiction, is because it don't belong in the United States. It came from England through the attorneys so they can make money off of we, the idiot people. That is the whole purpose right there. And the bar unions is tied into UN. So every time y'all go get your attorney, you are feeding the UN. Now, that being said, I'm not an attorney. I may be wrong. Everything I say and do is just for learning purposes, and it's my opinion. And I don't want anybody to take it out of context for YouTube safety. That's just what I've understand of what I've learned. Y'all do your own research and come up with y'all's opinion. Wink, wink. That's the Diesel Cool with the people. Bye, y'all.